TWM Podcast. You know that period of time when you're at school and it's dead, there's nothing happening, exams done, teaching plans finished, everything is done. You know that moment, yeah? And that's the moment where they start doing dumb stuff like sending you out on week-long school trips, residential ones, or maybe even student exchange programs, you know, when you swap over, or you stay a week with a student and a student comes and stays a week with you. That's exactly what we got this week on this week's Raw Talk. Hello, my name's Joseph. I am your voice of the main roster, and I'm here with somebody who I exchanged with on Wednesday. I'm here with George. Hello, George.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah. What's it like being on the main roster one again?
It's first one I've done for a couple of months. I think the last one I did was me, Dan, and Matt.
And now I'm pretty well. Were you on the last one?
Well, no, I did the Twitch stream.
I mean the last ever That Wrestling Podcast. Were you on that?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, then I was there too. I went around to Dan specially to make sure we both could be on it.
Oh, of course you did, yeah. Of course you did.
But yeah, it's been a minute still. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Just had dinner. I feel good. Feel happy.
That's fine.
I said to you before we started, I'm burning out talking about wrestling because this is my third podcast in 3 days.
That's all right. As long as you don't have another podcast again in like a couple of days, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Wait. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Never look back. Never ever say die. Never attack with the Warriors cry. Yeah, like I said, this is Raw Talk. We are part of the TWM Wrestling Network. You can find us at TWM Wrestle on every single social media account that you can think of. We have podcasts literally coming out of our ears and into yours, just kind of oozing out of our mouths and straight into your. Isn't that a wonderful, wonderful mental image? It's like a wet willy straight from the source. Anyway, honestly, podcasts pretty much every single day of the week. Written articles pretty much every day of the week. You just go check us out at TWM Wrestle, TWM.news for all of that constant content. And also we like these podcasts, you can find us on Podbean, you can find us on Spotify, you can find us on YouTube, Acast, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm just getting slightly better at this the longer that I host these shows. It's really, really annoying. I'm beginning to sound more and more like Matthew. And yes, we've got deals. Yes, we got deals. Squared Circle Box. George, you order from Squared Circle Box. Tell us about
I do. Oh, they're very, very wonderful boxes. I've ordered two. Yeah, I've ordered two. First one got a lovely Su Yung t-shirt.
Ooh,
got some other. Oh, that was it. I got a massive poster of Bray Wyatt from Hell in a Cell. It's fucking terrifying.
Awesome. I want it.
Terrifying. The second one, I got a signed picture of Willie Mack, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
An Elite t-shirt and some Top Trumps, WWE Top Trumps, and a Big Boss Man DVD.
Awesome. You're bringing the Top Trumps to Dalmatians. Yeah, you can get similar stuff in your house, all yours. And if you put in TWM News at checkout with Squared Circle Box, you get 10% off your first one. The sheer amount of stuff that you get in there with 10% off, it's worth it. Now, how was it watching Raw, George?
Well, I watch Raw and SmackDown via YouTube highlights because by sports and I don't have time to watch all the shows. So it's a good laugh watching it from the YouTube highlights, especially this week when we had the Gauntlet match and they don't number any of them. It's just like blah 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 Gauntlet match. Blah, blah. Oh, okay, this is fun. I really enjoyed the Seth stuff.
Well, we'll get into it. It because I was just asking for your general overview of the show, and you started going straight into nitty gritty. So before he goes into nitty gritty, let's go. Raw this week was about nicknames. It was about nicknames. We're going to go through each section, and you can guess what the nicknames are. I don't know if you've seen the notes, but the nicknames are.
I have this in front of me.
All right, in which case, fantastic. Then you can just tell everyone what the nicknames are, but you can guess why. Right. So we're going to start off with Seth Rollins.
Sami Zayn.
Seth Rollins. Why is Seth Rollins' nickname Sami Zayn?
Just because they're both amazing. Actually, do you know what? I actually don't know. I don't know why you put the nickname of Sami Zayn. I saw it and I was like, what?
Yeah, it's because Seth Rollins said, "I am a visionary."
Oh, of course he did, yeah.
And I was, and he doesn't need to claim he's an artist because he already claims he's an architect, and they're similar enough.
Very true.
Yeah. But let's get on with this. Seth Rollins comes out to open Raw, and he says that he was the future. He was the future when he joined NXT. He was the future of part of the Shield. He was the future when he turned on the Shield. He was the future of the Percocets, Molly Percocets, Chase a Trick, Never Chase a Bit, Mask on, Fuck It Mask. Sorry, what? Too much future. But yeah, he says the future is now, and he's going to lead us into a new era. Also, AOP on the right side of history. What do you mean?
He said specifically he's going to lead us into a new era. If not, he's going to drag you kicking and screaming, come hook or come crook, and the AOP are going to make you go. I love heel Seth Rollins. He's such a dick, and it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and he hasn't laughed yet, which is my biggest beef of it. But yeah,
that is the best thing he does. Just a proper evil laugh.
It's so good. My favorite thing about this.
How do you feel?
Well, go on. After you.
I was about to say, how do you think Becky feels when she's just like in the shower or making breakfast, and all she can hear from behind her is him practicing his laugh for return back to heel?
I actually just think he laughs like that.
Yeah, actually, it's a fair point.
How do you think Becky feels when she's in the shower and he's watching some sort of show or funny YouTube, some funny TikToks, and all she can hear is amazing. She cries every time. Right. He also says he's got business to handle that we won't like. Which is fair enough, which is really odd because Kevin Owens in storyline is still in hospital. But at the end of the most pointless gauntlet ever, more on that later, the Architects of Downfall return Rey Mysterio's pipe.
It was brilliant. It was a lovely setup to what was happening, because he had everyone. It was actually kind of a hook, line, and sinker thing. It was like a hook. What business is he talking about? What is going to happen? Line, draw them in throughout the night. Sinker, what happened to Ray?
Yeah, Sinker is... Yeah, they just returned his pipe to him. And they're being nice, They just returned it very vigorously, though.
Yeah, and then they also kicked the crap out of him.
No, that's what I mean. It was a very vigorous return. If I borrow, say, your WWE top trumps off you, and I was to return it by literally yeeting it at you from across the electric ballroom, so it smacked you in the forehead, that's a vigorous return.
That's a fair point.
I mean, if I just hand it to you, that's returning it to you. But a vigorous return is me trying to bludgeon you to death with has it got the hook on it? The plastic hook.
Yeah, it's got
the hook that is that where it hangs is built into the WWE top trumps, isn't it? Yeah, that yes. Looks like it could do some damage if you get the right leverage, right?
Oh dear.
Yeah. Anyway, afterwards, Seth meets up with hot Jeff Shreves and later says that he wants to establish dominance by winning the US title, and Rey Mysterio accepts.
A quick question: what are you going to call AOP and Seth Rollins?
I glossed over that, and I thought I'd have to explain it. Architects of Downfall.
See, I would just go for Architects of Pain.
No. That's literally what they're going to go with, and then
no rebranding needed because it's just still AOP.
But I like because they're called Akam and Razor, which is Occam's razor, which is an expression from literature. So being the architect of the Own Downfall is also an expression from literature. They are authors. Seth is an architect, so the Architects of Downfall, I thought, worked very well.
Look at Joe getting all philosophical. Literary. We're just going to go with smart. I couldn't put past him calling them Sar, Seth, Akam and Razor,
or
Seth and the boys.
Why don't we just call them SARS? Like the old disease.
Just call him Seth and the boys.
No, don't you remember that that disease from, like, you probably would have been about 10 when it was happening. No, young.
Well, who used to refer a group to the group as the boys?
Oh, that was the boys or the lads. That was.
Oh, that was the bar.
No, it wasn't the bar.
No.
It was the League of Nations.
The League of Nations. That was it. Yeah, I think they just called Seth and the boys.
Seth and the boys. All right. So, have you looked at the spoilers yet?
Spoilers. Look at the bottom. I'll look at the next page.
No. As in, have you looked at the spoilers for next week?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's a really predictable ending. Let's move on.
Wonderful.
Right. So, the next bit. What's it titled, George? The next bit.
I've actually lost it. It was, I think, Becky David Starr Lynch.
Yes. Do you know why that? I've nicknamed her that.
Because I've lost the thing. No
idea. Well, this is the thing. You didn't know the other one either. So we'll just press on with it. We get a sighting of two women we didn't expect to see on Raw this week. Which are these two women? Sorry, I'm asking you questions, George.
It's Kairi Sane, obviously, after her concussion worries, and the girlfriend of the villain, Marty's girl, Deonna Purrazzo, who I think they just put her on TV because of Marty's like a free agent now. We're like, right, if you go on TV, get your fucking boyfriend over here.
Well, to be fair, they put. You know what? No spoilers. Yeah, like Deonna Purrazzo, she did all right. She did really, really well against Asuka, better than you'd expect relative newcomer to do against Asuka, but she still lost. And Asuka did her best impression of Zack Sabre Jr. in this match. It was great. Literally.
Asuka is the best, and I love where we're going for a rare. Oh, that makes me feel really shit that Deonna Purrazzo is 25 years old.
How old's Marty?
I shall Google. I think he's probably in his late 20s. I love where they're going with the whole Asuka thing at the moment. 31.
Oh.
What we'll probably end up getting is, obviously we'll speak about Becky's sit down in a minute, of where it's going. It's just going to lead to a wonderful chain of events.
It's wonderful. Afterwards, we do get a sit-down interview with Becky Lynch, which is our best kind of promo, isn't it? Generally.
Yeah, I don't like it when she's got the mic in her hand and says something and then ferociously puts the mic to her side and like licks her lips. I just think it looks so weird.
Yeah, and I'm getting like I've noticed something when she's cutting promos in the ring. She's got the same cadence as The Rock, which is the reason. Which is probably the reason why that SmackDown promo was so fucking good. Yeah, but
title on the shoulder.
Yeah, no, you know the one I mean. I do know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. It was great. It was great. That was fantastic. Even if it killed all the time for the Kofi Brock title match, that's the story they're sticking to. Well, yeah. Basically, she says in this sit-down interview, was it again with Hot Jess Shreves?
Yeah, it was with Hot Jess Shreves.
It was with Hot Jess Shreves, right? And Hot Jess Shreves is
who is my favourite human being of all time at the moment.
Yeah, why's that?
Because of her Twitter game is absolutely.
Oh no! You're thinking of Kayla. Hi, Kayla.
Hold on, who's Hot Jess Shreves?
Charlie Caruso.
Oh, I get them two mixed up.
That's racist.
Definitely not.
Yeah, Kayla Braxton is it's got curly hair. Charlie Caruso asks difficult questions, and
that's it. Yeah,
which is why she's Hot Jess Shreves. Asks difficult questions at awkward times, and generally is where you don't want a journalist to be at that time. That's Jess Shreves' essence, isn't it? Ivanovic,
yeah, more or less.
Ivanovic, you're not going to the final. Kayla's the one with curly hair and a great Twitter game. Seriously, check it out. She is at least
best Twitter game.
She is at least as funny, at least as half as funny as the iconic promos with her.
With Becky, it's leading to what is going to be potentially the best 2 years in a row, the best build-up to a women's title match. Obviously, this year we had Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky kicking each other, and Becky shouting, "Get off me, get off me foot, you little weirdo!"
Yeah,
which Becky Lynch is incredible. So this year, which will be, fingers crossed, Becky Lynch versus Asuka at the Royal Rumble, a repeat of this year's Royal Rumble.
Yep.
With Becky winning, and the winner of the Royal Rumble, fingers crossed, being Shayna Baszler, and building to Mania. If that happens, that would be incredible.
It will be incredible, but the content, let me put out the content of the interview and then ask you again why you think that I've nicknamed her. She thought that being put in the tag division was a bit of a par, didn't she? Like, she said that. Yeah, she thought she would be buried, but, in non-speed, that's par. She thought it was a par. But it turns out she's realised that they were trying to protect her because nobody believes she can beat Asuka.
Because no one's ready for Asuka.
Yeah, because nobody is ready for Asuka. But she does, even though the evidence of 2 TLCs, 1 Royal Rumble, and multiple matches since SummerSlam suggests otherwise.
Yeah.
So why have I nicknamed Becky Lynch David Starr? Because
Asuka is Dominic, and she can't beat her. She cannot beat her.
She cannot. No, Dominic Mysterio.
Asuka is Walter. Is the water to Becky Lynch's David Starr. However, I think the matches these guys have together is just brilliant. Like, the Rumble match was amazing. Last year's TLC match, Triple Threat with Charlotte, was incredible. Yeah. This year's we'll gloss over because things happened. Yeah. But these two have fantastic chemistry, and it's actually to see someone like whose English is their second language, like Asuka, having such good chemistry with someone whose first language is English, because she does still speak Japanese, and I think she still has struggled with the language. Yeah. And it's just fantastic.
Honestly, yes. This is obviously what they've been building to, but sometimes a story doesn't have to have twists and turns to be a good one. It's a really solid story that they've told. It's really simple. The really interesting rock paper scissors relationship that Charlotte, Asuka, and Becky have is really, really good.
And it is. And this, I was thinking about this earlier at work, of long-term booking and when it's actually done right. And this is one of only 2 situations I can think of off the top of my head where long-term booking over a significant amount of time, so since early January, since TLC last year, so over a year, has worked. And it's not been a constant, it's just been on and off.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other time I can think of is the breakup of the Shield.
Yep.
That long-term booking.
Yeah.
Which is,
All right. I know you have the notes in front of you now because you got that far too quick. You got my joke far too quickly. But I've come up with your a nickname for the OC now.
Right. Okay. Well, let's have a look here.
No, because it's not in the notes.
You got me.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
It's not in the notes. So, the original, the only, the Shane McMahon that matters.
The best tag team in the world. Don't know how.
Yeah, well, they won a tournament and everything, and it 100% must count. And this is going to tie into my point at the end. On first glance, nicknaming them all Shane McMahons is a really, really easy thing to point out. But I've got a point here. The Good Brothers and the Viking Raiders opened wrestling this week with an absolute banger.
It is, they've got some wonderful chemistry when they're allowed to express it.
Yeah.
Is it just me that every time I see, I always get him the wrong way around. Which one's Rowe? Is it Eric Ivar? I don't
know. I just know Eric Ivar, mate.
Rowe, the beardless one,
yes.
The one with no hair.
Yes.
Is it just me that every time someone runs at him, he hits them in the clothesline, flips them back over, knees him in the face, and just screams at them?
Every time.
So good.
Every time.
Every time. It's just every time he does it, I'm like, that is wonderful.
It's getting to the point where it's just like, why are you trying to pile bomb Billy Kidman? You know what's about to happen. Why are you running?
Yep.
Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running at either of the Viking Raiders? One of them is either going to roll you over, knee you in the face, or just cartwheel past you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when they're allowed to have good competition, like not squash matches, brilliant. Absolutely, the Viking Raiders are hands down one of my favourite tag teams to watch when they're not squashing people.
Oh, yeah. Just because they sell really well for big monsters as well, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, like it's really good. But like this match, top to bottom, was great. Tag team wrestling is my favorite kind of wrestling.
Yeah, mine too. And the best thing about this match,
what
was the winners? The winners?
No, it wasn't. But the best tag team in the world go over in a match which was non-title for no good reason.
Yeah, it should be a title match. It should have been a title match.
It should have been a title match. They should have asserted dominance like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to get a Royal Rumble. Probably get the win.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess they need to keep him out of the Rumble somehow.
Yeah, because Eric and Ivar in that Rumble, god damn, that'd be hard to get them two out.
This podcast, and indeed all TWM podcasts, are brought to you by SquaredCircleBox.com, the only place for your monthly wrestling box needs. With things from superstars from WWE, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, British Wrestling, Independent Wrestling, and loads more, it is the only place that matters if you want to get the best wrestling swag for a low price. That low price is just £25. People, what a bargain! And you can get snapbacks, t-shirts, magazines, DVDs, trinkets, doodads, you name it, they have it each and every month. And just because you listen to TWM, you sexy people, you get 10% off your first order. All you got to do is use the code TWM News in the checkout. Just use the code TWM News in the checkout for 10% off your first order at SquaredCircleBox.com.
I said, why not spread the gospel of the TWM squad with some of our lovely merch over at Teespring? We have t-shirts for all shapes and sizes, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and loads more. Also, just for listening to this podcast, you can get 10% off your order. I said using the code podcast. That's podcast. Once again, podcast in the checkout for 10% off at teespring.com/stores/TWM-wrestling-merch. That's right. Praise. Testify.
But, they celebrate backstage for AJ. It comes out that AJ and Randy are having a match. Randy cuts a promo. It's the standard face Randy Orton promo he's been cutting for like the last 2 months. And they have a match.
I think Randy Orton's been face for a lot longer than that. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's true. Randy Orton was nominally heel from the moment he was put onto Team Flair.
Yeah, he was heel then, and then
turned face afterwards.
He's just turned into a face around the time.
Yeah, and no one trusted him. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
His thing with Ricochet.
Yeah, it was like the stepdad. Yeah. I can't remember who referenced it. Someone in the Twitter or wrestling. So just referenced him as that stepdad that kept trying to get into Ricochet's business. Ricochet was like, "Go away! You're not my real dad."
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, they closed the show with it's an AJ Styles and Randy Orton match. It's the two prodigies of the last generation. What else? Well, I guess the last two generations. There's actually a significant age gap there, isn't there?
I don't think there is actually. I think AJ's 41.
Yes.
And Randall Keith is 39.
Oh. Oh, he's good. Yeah, okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Dolph Ziggler's 38.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why that's a random fact I've got in my head that Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler are a year apart in age, but yeah.
Well, another random fact is something that my girlfriend has put on to me. That have you ever seen Love Actually?
Of course I have, but I usually when I watch it, I just get really sad at the first scene and then switch it off.
What, the drummer boy?
Yeah,
is only 5 years younger than Keira Knightley.
5. Yep. I know that one. Do you want to know? My random fact?
Go on.
The guy who leads the choir at the beginning of the movie in the wedding.
Yep.
Dead.
Ah.
No, like pretty soon after Love Actually as well.
Also, Orton and Ziggler are the same age. They're both 39.
Yeah, but yeah.
I noticed back into wrestling. I noticed in this match, how high does Randy Orton jump?
Yeah, Randy Orton's got
he's got some leap.
Well, this is the thing. Randy Orton's got one of the best drop kicks ever.
AJ's got the best.
No, like this is the thing. A drop kick is a spectacle because of the size of the competitor doing it, and the height they reach, and the quality of the move. And if you cross section all of those, AJ doesn't even come into it because his size in comparison to most of his competitors doing a drop kick is not that interesting. The best
his is the best because of the whip he puts on it as he comes back.
Are you really excluding Okada from this conversation?
Everyone always says Okada has the best drop kick, but I really have never sort of why.
Okada has the best drop kick because he's 6'5" and he throws a drop kick like
he's 6'5".
Yes, he's really.
He does
tall.
not look 6'5" on TV.
He's not. He might not be 6. He's really tall though. He's tall.
That's mental. That is crazy. Hold on. I'm looking 6'4". That's ridiculous.
Get me. Fam, do you get why AJ's not part of this conversation?
Yeah, I get it.
And Randall Keefe is not a small man either.
No, Randall Keefe is not a small man.
Yeah,
he is 6'5".
Yeah, there we go. That's where I got 6'5" from. Anyway, AJ works the leg a lot. I know he said he was trying to end Randy's career, but he works the leg a lot.
If you want to end his career, just go for his shoulders.
It's very true, actually. Hypermobile shoulders. Gee, like, why are you working the leg for, you moron? Something. The earth is flat. Anyway, Randy is still able to hit his finisher and win. What's the name of that finisher?
The OKR.
OKR something, I don't know.
AJ's out on the apron.
It's unseeable.
Basically, if you haven't seen it, AJ's out on the apron. He goes. Randy Orton jumps to catch him in it, which is why I say he jumps really high, because he does. AJ tries to bait him into it, goes for it again, and ends up getting caught.
Oh, so they finally did the spot.
Yeah,
the spot that everyone has wanted. Do you remember the first time that they teased the spot and then they didn't do it?
No.
It was AJ. It was on a SmackDown match. It was AJ versus Randy. AJ teased the phenomenal forearm and Randy went for it. And then collapsed on the floor. And then AJ...
Yes, I do remember that.
And then someone got caught.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Got a screen cap of it. Him licking his lips and looking absolutely ridiculous. It was amazing. Anyway, once the match is done, out come the Good Brothers, followed by the Vikings. And the OC stands tall. I've checked the spoilers, and all I can say to this is, oh...
I haven't checked the spoilers.
Yeah, I know. That's all I'm willing to say. Oh, just like the way like if you were with your most cynical, I've watched WWE for a very long time brain. What is the match that is coming up?
Royal Rumble.
No, like based off the end of this, based off the
6-man tag.
Yeah. Who do you think wins the 6-man tag?
I'm gonna go with Orton and the Viking Raiders. Of course, they pre-recorded one episode of Raw, haven't they? 'Cause
Anyway, why is it important that I've nicknamed the OC Shane McMahon?
Oh, because they always go over.
No. It is important that I've named the OC Shane McMahon because we have to put up with best in the world storylines in the WWE until 2022. Because part of the reason why they keep doing World Cups is because Saudi Arabia are jealous of Qatar having the Football World Cup.
Love that.
No, but like, you love it, but we kind of already hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I hated it when Shane McMahon won the first tournament.
Yeah, and
I hated it when they called it a World Cup and there was...
Yeah, it was just all American dudes.
Yep.
And Drew McIntyre. Not a drop of melanin inside. But yeah, so that is the reason why like someone else will be the Shane McMahon next year. Maybe it'll be a tag team and they'll be the OC next year. Lord knows they can't hold a women's tournament there. Let me move on. Other news. Let's talk about the most pointless gauntlet ever. Do
you remember everyone that was in this and when?
Yes, I remember looking at the graphic for it and going, "Why is this gauntlet filled with jobbers?"
Well, I looked at it first off and went, "Why is R-Truth in it?" Like,
it was literally filled with jobbers. Akira Tozawa has not won a match on Raw.
Akira Tozawa is a jobber to the stars, though. Like, he's a jobber,
but he's still not won a match on Raw. And I was like, Buddy Murphy was unbeaten before this. He's not in it. Aleister Black is unbeaten. This is not in this. They did like the only two superstars of note. I guess are Humberto and Andrade, and they did the angle. So it was
I wouldn't say Ricochet is a jobber.
They are doing.
I'd just say he's.
Yeah, they've got nothing for him.
Hugely underutilized.
Yeah, they've got nothing for him right now. So why are there like he is literally he's filling the slot of that Ali and Shorty G are filling on SmackDown.
Yes.
Oh, Face is in trouble. Let me run out and help them.
Yeah, more or less. Well, he's trying to be WWE superhero.
Yeah, well, what?
Cape.
Yeah, I know. He's got a better built-in. Well, no, yeah. Okay, it's good. It's fine. But yeah, I remember. Do you want me to run through it?
No, I've got it in front of me.
Okay, you can check me then.
Go on then.
All right. Akira Tozawa pins R-Truth. R-Truth immediately legs it because the moment that the gauntlet is over, the 24/7 rules is back in effect, so he legs it. After that, I do believe that Ricochet pinned Akira Tozawa. This match was great. Of course it was great. It's two parts of the Monster Express facing off against each other, literally used to train against each other. And I believe that they both lived with the third member of the Monster Express. Where's Apollo Crews? Ricochet pins Matt Hardy in a match which I feel was far too close. But I've got a thing with the Hardy Boys. Like Jeff more than Matt, but I've got a thing with the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, go on. Next one.
I'm not going to go into a rant. Like I said, I've just got a thing with. Well, actually, you know what? Matt's okay. Got a thing with Jeff. After this, Humberto comes out and works the heeliest match I've ever seen, and beats Ricochet.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. Like, for some reason, just decides to really work the arms. Just it's nice to see a different facet to him. Honestly, what do you think of Humberto, George?
Personality is dead.
Yeah.
In-ring ability is unreal. His arm drag he does when he sits in the air for 10 seconds is just mental.
Mm-hmm. It was really good to see a different style from him, though.
Yeah, it is good. And what made it even more interesting for him was Vega watched. So it's like, are they going to make him heel and pair her with him?
He needs her more than Andrade does right now, and I think that's
Andrade is a star.
But I really don't want to. But
what I'm upset with is the fact that they've made Angel Garza NXT Cruiserweight Champion, because it means they get, like, when Korea goes heel.
Yeah, I literally think that if they swap the two of those guys around, no one, like, it'd be way better for everyone involved.
Correct.
Yeah, like, but you know what? Humberto's getting a push on main roster. Angel Garza's one of the NXT champions. You can't go wrong with it. And of course, the match, the most pointless gauntlet ever, ends with a hammerlock DDT on the concrete, proving that Andrade, once he left NXT, didn't stop watching NXT.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely.
And then Ray comes out and all that stuff that we were talking about. Oh yeah, he got his pipe back.
So basically what happened is we've had a gauntlet match. So the number one contender for the United Championship, and Seth Rollins has stolen that spot straight away. However, if they do Seth versus Andrade versus Ray, I may lose my shit, because that match sounds like heaven.
It'll be a fatal four-way with Humberto involved.
Probably it will be.
Still up.
And Seth will win because of AOP.
Of course, because as soon as there's a fatal four-way, there is no DQ.
Exactly. And
no
the rumor,
hashtag no spoilers.
The rumor mill is that there will be a new United States Championship coming into play.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Dave Meltzer's belt making cousin or something.
Yes, I hope it's not exactly the, because we all know what they like to do. Here's a red belt, here's a black belt, you're the world champions. Here's a black belt, here's a red belt, you're mid-card. Here's red, here's blue, you're women's. Here's red, blue tag.
It's literally called the United States Championship. Like, they kind of got to stick with the motif.
Yeah, true. I have just seen the spoilers, by the way, what you're talking about this week. Yeah. Oh, that sounds spicy of what happened in the main event.
Right, so Liv Morgan is all of us after a breakup.
What, staring in the mirror for 20 minutes?
Staring in the mirror for 20 minutes and going, I need to change. Let me put some sad music on in the background and wallow in this bath.
Oh, dear.
Is this just a delayed reaction from getting over a consensual penis? I don't know. Honestly, I'm being mean. This vignette was actually fucking lit, and I'm so intrigued. I can't wait for them to ruin it.
What we're gonna get, Livalina?
I don't know, man. Like Livalina. That'll be, oh gosh. And let's be honest, Jobbers versus Rowan is just Operation U-Tree at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, I saw one of my favourites today, and it was Will Ospreay saying to B. Priestley, do you have a brother? Because if you have a look at the guy...
Yeah, if you look at the... Yeah, but look, Jobbers come into the ring, do not touch the child and nothing bad will happen to you.
I'm intrigued to see where they're going with this, but I don't think they're going to do very well.
It's the triumphant return of Swoggle.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Just carrying around Swoggle in a cage for 4 or 5 weeks.
Are you a big Pokemon fan, George?
I wouldn't say big. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't say I'm a big fan.
What? Lana is evolving. That's right. Yeah. Lana has evolved into Bridezilla.
She forced him into asking her to marry.
Oh yeah, and we do know that for a good while we're just well, actually, I was hoping for a good while we were going to see Lana just get worse and worse as they planned the wedding, which inevitably was going to be on Monday Night Raw. But
apparently it's next week.
Get me? Like, what is this, man? What is this hot shot?
I have no idea.
Like,
I have no idea.
I doubt that Bobby Lashley is that potent that they need to do a shotgun. Come on.
However, the only good thing to come of this is my new favourite Twitter human being, Kayla Braxton's tweet earlier today, which says, at WWE, I'll forgo my paycheck to never see Lana and Lashley together on TV again. Yes.
And unfortunately, Lana said that she's going to be on TV forever, so thank you, Kayla, for inflicting that on the rest of the world. Talk about a Pyrrhic victory.
I still love Kayla.
I wish the Cut Chronicles were still here. I've got the exchange student here with me. I've got George. He's over here from Wednesday Night Wars, which you can catch confusingly on Thursdays. But so I need to explain this. Any Other Business is the moment where I give you the floor to be able to talk about anything. Anything at all. It can be wrestling related. It can be not wrestling related. Anything at all. So, George, here is the time where I'll ask you, do you have any other business?
I do, actually. I'd like to the website called Hooked on Events, mainly because I have been looking into going to a bar in London to go and watch WrestleMania, which I will do. I did it this year. I will do it again next year. And I thought I'd see if I could go see the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Because, like, the Royal Rumble on your own, watching it is pretty decent. The Royal Rumble watching it with a load of other people in a bar is going to be amazing, especially with surprise entrance and that sort of stuff. Yeah. Hooked on Events run one in a place called Belushi's Bar in London Bridge.
I know it.
You do know it. I know you do know it. £15 a ticket is what it costs, or you can pay £45 and get a season ticket, which entitles you to see both days of Wrestle Kingdom, the 4th and the 5th, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and an AEW event of some kind. £45, Joe. That is lovely and cheap. So I'd like to give a little shout out to Hooked on Events for that, because that is a wonderful deal.
It is a wonderful deal. What I also find hilarious is that I pretty consistently hold small gatherings at my house for free to my wrestling friends to go and watch the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. So you can have fun at that bar by yourself.
No, I'm going with a friend. I'm going with a friend.
I mean, like, I cook for everyone and everything. It's usually a great time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's fine. You're new.
Well, I'm still going to go because last time I went, I met.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. You meet some real interesting people, and you know what? I watched the very first Blood Money pay-per-view there with Dan, the Vince McMahon of this establishment, and we had a great time.
My dad, which makes me shame.
Yes, we had an absolutely fantastic time. So yeah, you know what? Shout out to Hooked on Events. They are brilliant hosts, brilliant event organizers. I would like to make one. My Any Other Business is specifically Samoa Joe.
Yes, I love Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe has knocked it out of the park, and it seems that his time, depending on what you may or may not have seen, it seems that his time at the table is at an end. So I'd just like to give an ode to...
I have seen the spoiler.
Yeah, like to give an ode to Senor Joe himself. One of the standout lines that I got from him yesterday. There was another one about Seth, which was incredible. But looking for it might be a bit difficult. I noted one down. He said, "I may do terrible things as a means to an end, but they do terrible things because they like to." Jeez.
Very, very true. I love that.
It's just like he was talking about but the line about Seth Rollins was incredible.
I mean, I love Samoa Joe more now because of his consistency of him just ignoring Jerry entirely.
No, he no-sells Jerry Lawler until he's too sexist. It's really, really good. He called Seth a false messiah backed up by thugs, and it's just incredible.
So good. He's so good.
Yeah, like incredible, and yeah, like I very much look forward to Samoa Joe stepping back into the ring because, like,
I've missed that noise.
Yeah, his promos weren't bad either, were they? I'd argue that he's probably the best in the Fed.
Oh, he is the best promo, but I just his music here and everyone chanting Joe. Dun, 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 dun. So everyone chanting Joe at him, and him just not giving a flying fuck.
Yep. I mean, I reckon he might acknowledge it more now. But anyway,
I reckon he is.
Anyway, George, it's been a pleasure to have you here on Tuesday.
It's been wonderful.
You can give out your social media and plug whatever you need to.
George_Jill_ on the Twitter.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We have articles and so on and so forth constantly going out this week. Some really, really nice of the decade pieces, of the year pieces coming out. Obviously,
that's what I've been doing this week, trying to decide on my top 10 wrestling matches.
Yeah, and top 10 wrestling matches of the year are coming out in podcast form. All of that stuff is coming out next week. It's going to be a really good time. I'm going to plug my Twitter as, I need to find the right guy.
At Kayla Braxton.
No. Kayla's got enough Twitter followers. Have you seen her? At He Is Max Barth is who I'm going to plug. Because at He Is Max Barth said, if I ever had a wedding, I would give certain guests a -1 where they get to pick another guest and disinvite them. And I asked him, the question is if they all have immunity from each other, and he said probably, or a higher threshold for what's required to disinvite them. And from there we went into game theory and worked out a system. So shout out to that guy. This has been Raw Talk. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you not next week because we all have the week off. I'll see you in the new year, guys.
Christmas time.